In May 2024, on Mother's Day weekend, servers across America showed up to work their shift at Red Lobster. Some of them had worked there for years, decade-long regulars, people who knew every table, every regular, every Cheddar Bay biscuit recipe tweak. They took orders, they ran food, they smiled. And when they came back the next morning, the doors were locked. No severance, no notice, no explanation, just a padlock. That's how Red Lobster ended for the people who built it. But it didn't end because of shrimp. Red Lobster was founded in 1968 in Lakeland, Florida, by a man named Bill Darden, who had already been running restaurants since 1938. He opened his first place at 19. It was called the Green Frog. He refused to segregate his customers in Georgia in 1938. That tells you something about the man. Red Lobster was one of the first restaurants to bring affordable seafood to landlocked American cities that had never had access to it. It grew to 679 locations at its peak. It was mentioned by Beyoncé. Tina Fey wrote that no person born of woman dislikes a Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit, and that anyone who claims otherwise is, quote, a liar and a socialist. That's the brand that was handed to a private equity firm in 2014. Here is how the next 10 years went. In 2014, Darden Restaurants, not Bill Darden, the company named after him, sold Red Lobster to a private equity firm called Golden Gate Capital for $2.1 billion. To fund the deal, Golden Gate sold off over 500 Red Lobster properties in what's called a sale-leaseback. The restaurants stopped owning the land underneath them. By 2023, those lease payments had grown to $200 million a year, roughly 10% of total revenue, priced above market and rising. Companies acquired by private equity go bankrupt at 10 times the rate of other firms. Red Lobster became a case study in why. Golden Gate loaded the company with debt, extracted its returns, and sold the remainder to someone else. That someone else was Thai Union. Thai Union is one of the world's largest seafood companies, based in Thailand. Annual revenue over $4 billion. Their brands include Chicken of the Sea in the US. They are, among other things, one of the largest shrimp distributors on the planet. In 2016, they paid $575 million for a 25% stake in Red Lobster. In 2020, they acquired the rest. Let's pause on that for a moment. A company whose primary business is selling seafood to restaurants has now purchased one of the largest seafood restaurant chains in the country. The supplier now owns its own customer. That conflict of interest becomes important very quickly. Under Thai Union's ownership, the picture gets complicated fast. 4 CEOs in 3 years. Dining room upgrades slowed. Prices raised. Labor cut. Servers who used to manage 3 tables were reassigned to 10. The host at lunch was removed. A side salad that had been included for years was charged for the first time. In 2022, CEO Paul Kenny made derogatory comments about staff weight at a company conference. That's what the leadership environment looked like. By 2024, annual guest counts had fallen 30% from 2019 levels. 30%. Then came the shrimp. Endless Shrimp had been a limited-time promotion since 1981, a seasonal event. Customers loved it. For 1 or 2 months a year, Red Lobster would run the all-you-can-eat deal, take the hit, and ride the traffic. It worked because it was finite. In 2023, against significant internal pushback, leadership made Endless Shrimp permanent. $20, all you can eat, indefinitely. The company lost $11 million in a single quarter. But here's the thing. Thai Union's bankruptcy filing revealed that prior to the promotion going permanent, Red Lobster's 2 longtime shrimp suppliers, competitors to Thai Union, were cut, reportedly in a quality review. Thai Union became the exclusive shrimp vendor. A supplier that owned the restaurant had just locked out the competition, then ran an unlimited shrimp deal at a loss. The bankruptcy filing alleged that Thai Union exercised outsized influence on shrimp purchasing decisions at Red Lobster. Thai Union called those allegations meritless. That's for a court to decide. What isn't disputed is the outcome. In May 2024, Red Lobster filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Thai Union took a $530 million loss on its investment and walked away.
And the workers?
On Mother's Day, they served. The next morning, they found the locks. Potential labor law violations were flagged. Investigations were opened. The company had closed locations overnight without the notice required under Federal WARN Act guidelines. Workers made to run a full holiday service, one of the busiest days of the year, with no knowledge that their jobs ended when the shift did. That's the business model. Extract, cut, exit. Now, here's the part most coverage skips. Thai Union is not just a seafood company. It is one of the most powerful seafood companies in the world. Its supply chain spans shrimp farms and fishing fleets across Southeast Asia. At the scale Thai Union operates, the economics are simple. Volume is everything. And volume in global seafood has a cost that doesn't appear on any menu. The Environmental Justice Foundation has documented that Thai waters are among the most overfished regions on the planet. Catch per unit effort in the Gulf of Thailand has dropped by more than 86% since 1966. That's not a warning sign. That's a collapse. Thai Union has made genuine sustainability commitments. They top the Seafood Stewardship Index. They have a Sea Change 2030 strategy. They are not the only actor in this story, and the reforms after 2015 were real. But when a company whose entire business model is built on seafood volume purchases a restaurant chain and engineers it to consume as much shrimp as physically possible through a permanent all-you-can-eat promotion with no ceiling, the question of what that volume costs the ocean is not someone else's problem. Somewhere in the supply chain behind every one of those 83 shrimp, there was a body of water that paid a price nobody ever put on the menu. Red Lobster emerged from bankruptcy in September 2024. New owners, fewer locations, a new CEO, Damola Adamolakun, who had previously turned around P.F. Chang's. Whether it survives is genuinely uncertain. But the story was never really about the shrimp. It was about what happens when a brand becomes a vehicle for extraction. Private equity strips the real estate. A supplier buys the customer. Volume promotions serve the supplier's inventory, not the restaurant's survival. And when it all collapses, the people who built it find a padlock on the door. The Cheddar Bay biscuits were fine. They always were. The problem was, who owned the building? If you've ever eaten at a Red Lobster, you were part of a 56-year story about affordable seafood, American family dining, and corporate America's appetite for what it cannot build, only consume. Read the label, follow the ownership chain, ask who benefits when the portion size goes up and the staff count goes down. The food didn't fail. The model did. And the workers found out on Mother's Day.